All right. Good morning. I am going to post a project for you guys to complete, and I want to go through the document that's attached, go through an example that I did so that you guys are set up for success in it. We are going to look at the statistical problem solving process. That's asking a question, producing data, analyzing data, interpret results. This right here is what you guys are going to be doing for your final project. But to get there, we are going to look at what other people are doing with that. So I want you guys to think about these things as you guys are looking through your Gallup articles. So these are 3 articles that you guys are going to look at, and you guys are going to determine what question the author might be asking. It's not always right there in front of you, but you're just going to determine what question they might be asking. Determine what variables were asked, and then discuss how the author organized the data, and then determine what the author is trying to convince us. I also want you to tell me the population sample. So all of this stuff is included in the points. It's 50 points, and in the project, the biggest category. Each report's 10 points. So if you do 3 points, 3 articles, just like what I'm about to show you, you should just do fine. So you should have your 3 articles. They should be from Gallup. Not every article from Gallup works. You want to make sure that you have the tables, and then this bottom line kind of sums it up for us, so we can make sure we're saying what they're trying to convince us of. And then this also tells me the population sample, and so that's going to be pretty quick in regards to what we need to do. So if your article does not look like this, grab another one. Make your life easy. Don't try to make your life too hard. But going through each of that, so I chose my article. It's that one, and I first want to make sure that I include the title and author and link to your report. This is going to be in the organization category. So if you don't have this, I don't know what it is. So here's my example. So 1 in 5 U.S. adults use health apps / wearable trackers, and it was written by Justin McCarthy. And then I have the link connected to it there. And so we continue to go through it, and I again have organization. Hey, what's the question of interest? So looking through the article, this is not a question, that's a title, but it looks like he just wants to know what I went ahead and I wrote how many U.S. adults track their health using technology. And that's kind of clear to me down at the bottom line as well. He talks about the technology being a problem. And so I think that's probably his question overall. And then what variables? So again, the variables are the questions that they're asking to gather the data. And so what's nice about these Gallup reports is in all of these, this is the data. And then if you look at up here, it says, hey, please indicate if you currently, if you have done this in the past but no longer do, or if you have never done this. And that is wear a Fitbit or a smartwatch or a app. And so that's my first variable. And so I just simply wrote that out. Do you currently wear? Have you ever worn? Have you never worn? And then the second question they ask, because I can keep on going through here, and this is that same idea. Currently have worn, currently have worn. But then the second question is, do you find it helpful? And so I went ahead and wrote, do you find the fitness tracker or fitness app helpful? So that's all you need to do for the variables, just pulling it from there. And then analyzing the data is all about how did they analyze it. And so you are looking at how did they organize it, not analyze it. You're just looking at how they set it up. And so I see that I have 3 charts in here, so I should have 3 charts on my 1, 2, 3, I guess I have 4 charts in here. I think I may have missed one, but we'll get to that in a second. But I look at them and I just want to see, I missed one. That's okay. But I took a screenshot and then I describe what's going on in the chart, describe how they're splitting it up, how they're getting these percents, what they're doing. Here's the same breakdown between currently and all of that, but it's broken up into subgroups of gender, age, and residence. Just looking through all of that is what I need to do. So I want to see a majority of the charts and then just kind of an explanation of what's going on there. If you miss one, I'm not that worried about it, but I want to see a majority of the charts on there. Then interpreting results. This is where the bottom line really comes into play. If you read the bottom line, you can really get to what the author is trying to convince us. This isn't what you believe to be true. This isn't what you see in the data. It's just what the author is trying to convince us of. And so looking at this article, charts believe that they're trying to convince us that 20% of the U.S. adults are using technology. And they find it helpful. And so the author has connected, wants to make sure that we're aware of privacy concerns of large tech companies like Google using the data in these apps. And so he's more worried about, if not whether we're using them, just how we're using them, which is interesting. It seems like a jump, but I will get to that later on. But then the last thing is population and sample. What's nice about that bottom line, that survey methods, is if you guys have it, you can easily see that my population is adults living in all 50 United States and the District of Columbia. And so that is what I put, U.S. adults, 18 or older, living in the 50 states or District of Columbia. And then my random sample is 1,015 of those adults, and they were interviewed by telephone, is what I added in there. So I'm looking for the title, I'm looking for organization, I'm looking for each of these things, and that 3 times, 1 for each report. It's really just making sure that you guys have read the article and you can break it down. So follow my example, follow my setup. I will put all of these in the links below. And please ask questions. This is going to be the first big project, and it will kind of be really your grade that you have. So make sure you're asking questions and getting help and turning this in. Thank you guys. Have a good day.